Hello. So what we're going to do here today is we're going to do an instructional video for the wheel kit that goes on the 7500 and the 1050. Okay, so what we have here is the wheel kit for the 7500/1050. So this is what it looks like when it leaves the factory. What we're going to do now is we're going to dismantle it. We're going to take it all apart before we start mounting anything onto the chute. And the reason for that is there's a couple of steps to get in the right order so that it doesn't get tippy and fall on you. So it's a very simple kit. There's a very simple installation process. We have the hitch here, we have the two jacks, we have the two black bolt-on brackets that bolt onto the chute, and then we have the wheels, we have the front jack adapter, and then we have the shipping bar, which once this is dismantled, it has no further use and you can just pitch it away. So the first thing we got to do is we'll start by taking off the packaging material. Okay, so the packaging material is off. So the first thing I like to do is I like to remove this hitch and get it to the front of the chute, because this is a very heavy piece of steel and it causes this thing to be a little top heavy. So I'm going to get rid of that first. The pin that holds it into the shipping bar is the same one that you used on the front of the chute that goes into the receiver. So that's at the front of the chute. Now the other thing that belongs in the front of the chute is the black jack adapter bracket, and we'll go and install it right away. Now what we'll do is we'll take off these black bolt-on brackets. Now for most places on these bolt-on brackets you can use an impact, but there's a couple of spots that are very tight. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use an open-end wrench, 3/4 pinch wrench, and a 3/4 socket. And that's really the only tools you need apart from a knife to take off some packaging materials. The bolts are sized right, so there's not a lot of extra thread, so you don't have to, you know, there's no more turning the bolt than necessary. Make sure and don't lose these bolts, because you're going to need them to bolt them to the back of the chute. So we'll just leave those sit right there. They're not hurting nothing. So this here is your final step. And just to make life easier for yourself, I take these jacks and I jack them up so everything, this is touching, both of these wheels are touching the ground as well as the jack. Maybe a little bit of pressure off those wheels. So that means I can easily take this wheel off, and when I got one off, it's not going to tip and crash on me. Just be able to slide out like that, and it's still going to stay in the upright position. That's why I'm going over this disassembly procedure. Now we'll take the other one off, and it should stay standing. Now we'll remove the jacks. It's a little bit tippy, so just be careful. There. Your shipping bar's off, and like I say, it's just scrap metal. Okay, so all of your components are laid out now, except your black bolt-on brackets. And now I'm going to show you where and how to bolt them up to the back of the chute. And what these are for is for mounting your jacks, your manual jacks, and lifting your chute. Okay, so I've got everything laid out at the back of the chute here with my black bolt-on brackets. So at the back of the chute, we've got scale mount brackets. We also have scale mount brackets at the front. So that means that these chutes are all load bar ready for weighing animals, okay? On the scale mount brackets, there's a bent up flange on either end with two holes on both sides. That's where this bolt-on bracket bolts on. Now I have an impact here, as I said that we needed a 1/2 inch ratchet and a 3/4 open end wrench, but I'm just going to advise you, you might want to make sure you have an impact handy, because the shop uses impacts and there might be a time when you might have trouble cracking them loose from the shipping fixture. Okay, so we're going to put it inside the flanges. Now if this ever happens to be a little bit tight, don't worry about it, just give it a crack with a hammer if it's a little bit snug on you. And just because I like to do things the easy way and happen to have him back, I'll use it where I can. Okay, I'm all prepped and ready to go here. I got a wheel and a jack on left and right hand side of the chutes. I got my block brackets bolted on. Please make sure the bolts are tightened up good. We don't want them getting loose. So now I'm going to take my jack, and as I showed you previously, the way we've made these jacks is this handle's removable. Because like I said, I like to do things the easy way, like most of us do. So I'm going to use my batcher drill, and I'm just going to retract the jack so I can get it on my jack mount at the back. Just be careful when you hit the end. Okay, we're going to go on here. Put it on and put the pin in. Okay, now we'll do the other side. So depending on what kind of drill you have, if you're just not carrying no load, you can make it in a higher speed. But if you're lifting the chute, I highly recommend you put it in the lowest speed that your drill goes, because you'll need that torque. Okay, another just interesting point here. So this is a detent pin. Once in a while, you can give these things a shot of oil, because I've seen them seize up and then you push the detent pin in and it doesn't return. So it's something to be aware of. Okay, there we are. Now I'm ready to lift the chute. So when I lift the chute, I'm going to jack up one side approximately 6 inches up. I can go higher if I want to, but I'm trying to be as safe as possible. Just I want to make sure nobody gets hurt. This chute is quite stable. I'm going to go approximately 6 inches off the ground. I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to lift it high enough to put my wheel on. I'm going to retract my jack. I'm going to come around here. I'm going to extend my jack the rest of the way to put this wheel on. I'm going to retract my jack. I'm going to dismount it from that jack mount. I'm going to take it to the front. I'm going to mount it on my jack adapter, and I'm going to lift it up to the height where your truck is, and then you can back your truck up and hook your safety chains up. Make sure your ball is properly attached, and you're ready for transport. So let's crack on with it. I'm going to put this in low speed. So you notice I'm cranking this side of the chute first. It doesn't matter what side of the chute you jack up first, but if you're jacking that side, make sure that this door lock is on so it doesn't start rolling out on you. But you can see it's stable. Okay, we'll go to the other side. We're going to go all the way up and put the wheel on. Make sure you put your Arrowquip in, extremely important. Okay, now I'm just going to take my jack and I'm going to wind it all the way back up. Just be careful when you approach the end. Okay, back to the other side. Arrowquip is in. Now we're going to retract the jack. Remove your jack and take it to the front. Your jack adapter on the front. Okay, we've got the jack to the front here. We're going to mount it on our front jack adapter. Make sure we're low gear. There. Now I'm putting my hitch in after I lift it off. I lift it up, because just keep in mind, you always want this front as flat on the ground as possible, not rocking on this hitch if it was out here. So that's why I'm doing the steps I am. Okay, now we can put in the hitch. Put your pin and Arrowquip in. Pull my pin back like this so I'm ready to put on the ball. Now you just jack it up to the height you need for your ball in your truck, back up. Put it on your ball. Make sure this is engaged like that. Pin back in. Hook up your safety chains. Make sure they're not hitting the road. And you're ready to go. So what we'll do now is we'll just do the reverse steps, and we'll just assume that we've disconnected the truck, and we'll do the steps in the correct order to put it back down on the ground and get ready to work cattle. So we've pulled the truck away, we've disconnected it. So the first step we're going to do is remove the hitch. So remove Arrowquip, pin, hitch. Now I've already got my battery drill hooked on here. We're going to lower the chute to the ground. Move your Arrowquip, pin. Now your jack adapter is out. Just remove your jack adapter. You can set it aside. And then we'll take our jack and we'll put it back on the mount that we took it off earlier. Okay, we'll just put our jack back on here. Put the pin in, take the battery drill, put it on. Remove your pin, Arrowquip, remove your wheel. Now we're going to go to the other side. Now we just have to lower it to the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower it down part way, not the whole way, so that it doesn't get too off balance. Go to the other side. So I'm going to do this in 2 steps, going down. The chute's flat on the ground. It's nice and stable. It's not rocking. So we'll just remove the jacks. Makes it nicer for working cattle when they're off. Put them to the side. So that's a little demonstration of using our wheel kit for the 7500/1050. We've taken it from how it comes from the factory. We've dismantled it and we've lifted it up to transport position and set it back down to working position. So we hope that helps, and if there's any further questions, you can call us at Arrowquip, you can call client care, and we're more than willing to lend a hand and help you out any way we can. Thank you.